Hello, it is Crafty Ria. Welcome to another video. It is time to do some diamond painting. This is one of the diamond painting kits that I got from Lbeads. It makes a clock, and I thought it was super adorable. I've never made a clock before, certainly not with diamond painting. So I thought this would be so much fun. And the kit came with 2 clocks in it. There were 2 identical clocks in the same package, so I'm just going to be making one right now. These were $9.01 from Lbeads for both clocks. I think that is a phenomenal deal. I will link everything in the description box below, so be sure to go check them out. They are an awesome company with excellent customer service. And I also have a coupon code for 3% off of your order. So I will be using this kit. I also got these drill placers. I don't know what they're called. These fancy doodads for diamond painting. And I'm going to go ahead and try it out and see how I like it. I'll show you how you use that in a minute. So let's go ahead and take this kit apart. So in the kit, you get the clock face, you get the clock mechanism, which we will put that together at the very end. You get a tray, some wax, and one of these little sticky tools. It's the same as this tool. And then, of course, you get all of the pieces that you need to use to make the clock. So there are these little baggies, and they're all numbered. They're white, so I think they're a 6 because all of the 6s are white. And then we have a number 4, a 2, a 3. So let's see, we have 2, 3. I'll put these in numerical order. 1, 5, 4, 6, and 7. So we have 1 through 7. And these really cute little bags. So what I like to do when I start off my diamond paintings, I like to organize the drills like this. Since we have 7, I'm going to go ahead and take 2 of these little trays out. And then I will number these 1 through 7. All right, so I numbered those 1 through 7, and I do this whenever I start a new project. I also make sure that these open and close. Like this one does not stay closed. Some of them don't. But I only need 7, so I don't need that one. So I will number these 1 through 7. And then I will put the corresponding gems into each little tray. But first I will open this up. I will set the wax aside and set the pen aside. This one is number 1. And I think I'm just going to cut it like that. And then dump them into number 1. And I will do that with all 7 of them. All right, I have all of my gems 1 through 7 put in these little containers. That way it makes it super easy to work with. And then I have my clock base. So what I like to do is to peel up a section of the backing or of the protective covering. When you peel it up, where you're going to put the gems, it's very sticky. So I like to work just at a section at a time. And if you see around this edge, it is number 1. So I'm going to work that piece all the way around, and then I'm going to come back in and fill in the 6s, and then I will fill in those other colors, but I'll kind of show you how I get started. So I have this brand new, I'm not sure what they call these, this brand new pen or picker-upper or whatever. The kits always come with this type of one, just a plain simple one. And they both have the same type of tip. I don't know if you can see that really good. And what you do with them is you take the piece of wax they give you, and you peel up the backing on the wax, and then you just stick this straight down into the wax. And as you can see here, it left a hole in the wax and it filled up that tip with the wax. I usually just push it in with my finger and make sure it's there. And that's what's going to pick up your jewels. And it doesn't matter if they are bling like these or the other plastic ones. They call them drills. They call these little pieces drills. And you put them in your little tray. And then what I do is I just shake the tray so they line up in those little lines. And obviously the blue side is the top side on these. So it's real easy to see. So I'm going to go ahead and, if I can, I usually start in the bottom corner and work up. And I'm just going to pick up a drill on that. I'll start at 6 o'clock and set it down, Crichton's impressed, on one of those circles. So then you just work your way around, and that's what you do. I have my craft room door open, and Crichton is talking up a storm. I will sit here and put some of these on and be quiet and see if we can hear Crichton talking. Crichton is my African gray parrot. So there we have a whole bunch. This tool is very nice compared to this tool. It's easier to hold onto. It's thicker, wider, and it has more, more of a handle to grab onto. This is the first time I've used something other than the one it came with. All right, well, I did that portion from 6 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Now I'm going to just go ahead for purposes of the video and just fill in some of the number 6s those white ones. So what I'll do is I make sure this is covered up and out of my way in case I have some runaways. And then I just dump these back into the proper box. And then I'll take out number 6 and dump some of those in here. Shake it so they are mostly face up. And bring this back over, and then I will work on filling in this section. So that's how that is going to look. And in the middle of those little flowers is a number 7. And then there are more 6s and up in the center of the clock. But then there's also, you start getting into the different colors. Like this butterfly is number 2. That flower has number 3 and 5 on it. These little flowers are number 2. So you can kind of get an idea. Just to do a little bit of the butterfly, I'll go ahead and do a little bit of the number 2 for you guys. So I'm going to put number 6 back in. Now you end up, after doing several diamond paintings, you end up with several of these trays, and you can have multiple colors out at once if you want. Just be sure to, remember which one is which, or label the containers. You can use a Sharpie marker and label them if you want. So this is number 2, and I'll go ahead and put those on the flower and then part of that butterfly. This is a very pretty dark orange color. This clock is going to be gorgeous when it's done. I'm so excited about this. So there we have the bottom of that butterfly done. So I will go ahead and finish working on the clock. I will go ahead and I think I'm going to do all of this number 1 first, all the way around the edge. And then I'm going to come back in and do all of the white. And then I'll gradually work towards the center. When I'm finished with all of the gems on the clock, I will go ahead and come back and show you how to put the clock mechanism in. I have never done a clock before, so I'm going to have to look up instructions just to make sure I do it correctly. So bye for now. For you, it'll be just a second, but for me, it'll be kind of a while. I will go ahead and work on this, and I will be back. Catch you in a few. Okay, I am back with the finished project here. It's, well, not totally finished, but the diamond painting part of it is finished. As you can see, I have all of the gems on here. And I'm going to set that aside because I want to show you the other project that I'm working on kind of at the same time. I've been working on the keychains. And this set comes with 4 cupcakes. And I already blinged up 3 of them. And they are double-sided. And they are so much fun to do. And then I kind of wanted to share a couple tips and tricks with the 4th one. As you can see, there are a whole bunch of larger pieces and then just the regular ones. So what I did was I went ahead and put the larger pieces in first. Let me zoom you in just a little bit. I organized all of the small pieces in these little containers, and I left the larger pieces in the bags that they came in. So I'm going to go ahead and just peel off the entire clear piece off of this one. And then I will go ahead and put the pieces on here. For some of the larger pieces, I did use this We Are Memory Keepers Quick Stick. And for example, here on this one, we have number 11, which is in this baggie. And I just use this to pick it up and to line it up on here and then push it down. If I need to move them a little bit, I use this other end. And then I have numbers 9 and number 10. So we'll start with number 9, which are these pink flat back pearls. And I just pour some out on the table. And then use this to pick them up and set it down. Now sometimes this quick stick holds on to the bead really hard. So what I found was easy to do when I set it on there, I put my finger on another bead to hold it in place. That way my finger isn't on the sticky part of it. So I'll put all of my number 9s on. And then I'll go back in and put in all of the number 10s. And the containers they come in do have the numbers on them. So it makes it easy to tell which is which. In this case, they were just numbered 1 through 12, I think. And that one didn't line up perfectly, so I'm going to turn my tool upside down and just push it into place. Okay, so I have all of my big pieces on here, and then I'll go back in and finish the rest just like you would for a regular diamond painting. And then I would completely finish one side and then flip it over and then do the other side. One thing I was thinking about both of these types of diamond paintings, there is quite a bit of space on here. Let me zoom you back out. There's quite a bit of space on here that has some exposed glue. And I don't want the dirt to hit that glue. Like having this hang on the wall, nothing's really going to touch it or harm it, except dust and dirt can get in there and sit on those exposed pieces of glue. And there really is no way around that. So the same thing with these. Well, more so with these are going to be keychains and they're going to be handled a lot. And I'm afraid that the gems are going to come off. So I do want to seal these, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. I want to show you some of the beautiful gems in this one. The outside layer here is silver, and then we have one that's like a metallic gold, and then the rest are bling. These are so beautiful. I just can't get over how beautiful these cupcakes are. I'm having a blast making them. So anyway, back to sealing them. I did some research about sealing diamond paintings, and a lot of the research I read says if you put a sealer on them or like Mod Podge, they won't be as glittery. But I watched a comparison, and I found that this triple thick, Deco Arts triple thick, works really well and helps it retain the shininess. So I'm going to go ahead and do it on the clock and then also on the keychains. And I want to do it before I add the mechanism or before I add the chains to these. So I got the triple thick and I got the brush from Mod Podge, and I'm going to go ahead and just brush a thin layer on here, and I'll do that on camera with you. I have a piece of parchment paper. It has paint on it because I was painting. And I'm just going to use that to protect my surface. I ordered these on Amazon and they came right away. This is a really nice brush. Let me give this a good shake. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and just take some of this off so I don't waste it. And I'm just going to brush this right over the diamond painting. And I just want to get a nice, even, thin layer, mostly to seal that adhesive. And it will give the whole thing a shiny look. I'm going to go all the way to the edge just to make it even, because there's really no way that I'm going to be able to do just the gems and not the empty spaces on this particular style of diamond painting. Oh, and I will say you should burnish your gems down. I have a little roller that I use. I should have showed you that before I did this. You just want to make sure they're stuck down really good. I haven't used triple thick before. It does have a bit of an odor to it, although it's not that bad. You should always work in a well-ventilated area just to be safe. And I feel that it's probably better to do a thin coat. You can always go back and do a second coat if you need. And I'm going to hold this up sideways and look at it in the light. I want to make sure I don't have any of it pooling in any of the areas. I want a nice even coat all the way around. And it is quite a thin coat, but that's okay. And then I will do the same thing with each of the little cupcakes. This is a pretty big brush for the cupcakes, but the brush works really, really well. If I can find that video again, I will link it. She did a whole bunch of different mediums. And triple thick was widely available, and it was one that performed well. And gems all kept their shine. So there we go. I will continue this on with all of the other pieces. I will come back after they have dried, and then we'll put the clock mechanism in and we will finish up the keychains. I'll catch you in a bit. Alrighty, I am back and I have finished the keychains. I put the little chain on them and the little lobster claw. So we have all 4 keychains, and I did seal these with the triple thick. I sealed both sides. That is just an optional step. It's not something that you have to do, but I want you to see how glittery they stayed even with the triple thick. I could not tell the difference with or without the triple thick. So it is a great sealant for any of your diamond painting projects. So we have all 4 of the keychains done. They were super fun to make. I really did enjoy that kit. And I will set these aside. And now we will put the clock mechanism in the clock. I also sealed this with 1 coat of the triple thick, and just to help keep the dust off of any exposed adhesive, since it is not a solid piece. There's some open space, and there was some open adhesive on that space. Again, it's optional. It's not something that you have to do. I did go ahead and punch out the little hole in the center there. And we're going to go ahead and put the clock mechanism together. And they give you the clock base, a second hand, an hour hand, and a minute hand, and a washer along with a nut. And I don't know what this is. This is a hook of some sort. It has these 3 prongs. It has this hook. And on the back where the prongs are, I should say 4 prongs, they are very sharp points. I have no idea what this is or what to do with it. So I'm going to set that aside. I just don't know. I don't think that's part of the clock. So the clock mechanism is this. It has the red piece on the back where you set the time, a place for a AA battery, and then of course inside there is your clock mechanism, and it has this little piece there that you can use to hang it on the wall. So I'm going to just put the clock mechanism in here, and I'm going to line it up with the top. I want to try to have the top of the clock mechanism be where the 12 is. I think we can adjust it once I'm done. So I put it through the hole, and this piece is, you know, sticking out. The clock mechanism, I do want to show you, it has the brass part where you thread the nut on, and it has the white portion, but it has a wide white tube and a more narrow white tube, and then the middle has a pin, and that will become evident here in a minute. So we'll put the washer on first, and then the nut. And we will just tighten the nut down. Okay, so you'll want to tighten the little nut down and try to have the top of this aligned with the 12. I used a pair of hemostats, I just happen to have them on my desk, and I just used that to help me tighten the nut. I didn't need a wrench or anything. You just need to make it finger tight, but just tight enough so this isn't going to spin on the back. And then you take first your hour hand, because it has the larger hole of the two. And you can see which is the front and the back. The back, you might not be able to see it on the camera, but it has like a little lip on there. And then you just put that down onto the larger piece. And then the minute hand, same thing. It has a lip on the back, and you just put that down onto the smaller piece. And then the second hand just sticks right down onto the pin. So that's how it is. It all just goes in there really easily. And I have a AA battery, and I'm going to go ahead and just put the battery in the back. And then use this to go ahead and set the time. There we go. It is set to the time that I am making the video. And as you can see, the second hand is going around, so it is working. And I'm just going to set it right on down. I do want to thank you for watching this video. I hope you have enjoyed these projects from Lbeads. All of their information will be in the description box below, so you'll want to click on their website and go check them out. If you haven't yet subscribed, please click on that subscribe button and then click on the bell so you're notified anytime I upload a new video. I'd love you to leave a comment below and let me know what you think, which project was your favorite. If you like the cupcake keychains, or if you like the clock. They are so much fun to do. I really, really enjoyed them. I think my favorite out of this was the clock, but let me know which one is your favorite. And if you have a particular cupcake that's your favorite, let me know that too. Also, do you do diamond painting? That would be interesting to know. I might get some more diamond painting kits in the future and share them with you. So let me know if that's something you are interested in. Thank you again for watching. I do appreciate you very much. And until the next video, you know what to do. Go get crafting. Bye-bye.